gonna give it a second till it tells me I'm live. I think I am. Hello. Hello world. Good morning. It's 9:15 on a Thursday morning and I've had zero sleep. And I mean zero sleep. And yeah, I'm actually quite full of energy. I have been listening to Faith No More, Fall Out Boy, all sorts of stuff all night and singing my head off. I had a proper jam with my boy this morning. He got up at like 8 o'clock to me singing Midlife Crisis. He's been dancing around the living room with me and my husband, which is fucking amazing. Dog is asleep. Dog cam. I've got my big blankie around me. I'm going to try and push through. No sleep till bedtime. It says in my thing. No sleep till bedtime. I'm going to try and push through because basically I have been having this situation where I've been sleeping all day and not sleeping at night. So now I've had a no sleep night. I'm going to keep trying to push through. Problem is I don't have caffeine in my life and I probably should take some caffeine in to keep me awake because I'm proper... now I'm starting to fade. And it's also pouring with rain and he needs a walk. But I'm going to wait and see if the rain slows down. And if the rain slows down, I shall take him for a walk. But at the moment, it is proper pouring down. But yeah, so I am pushing through I have not had no sleep. I probably should have streamed last night. I probably should have done some sim streaming or something last night on the proper computer in the other room. But I was like, no, I'm going to jam all night to some Faith No More and some Fall Out Boy. And literally, I've had a sore throat for the past couple of days, and for the first time yesterday I started to be able to talk, and I was like, right, I'm going to sing all night. So I've not done my throat much favours sitting here singing and jamming away all night. But as I'm now live, it's been great jamming to like Faith No More with my boy. At like 8 o'clock this morning, he woke up and was like proper bouncing around my living room singing to Midlife Crisis. So I love any nearly 5-year-old who knows how to all the lyrics to Midlife Crisis. That to me is brilliant. Do you know what I mean? Because kids, he's not very good with music, to be fair. But sorry if the weird noise goes off. We've got the scrap metal man going round. Oh, neighbours have left some stuff out for him. So big van's just pulled up outside. I don't know if you can see. Big, huge truck. There you go. Scrap metal man's come. So he's collecting from the neighbours. But yeah, as I was saying, I love any child who knows music and who has a variety of genre of music. And my son is terrible with music. My daughters, my eldest two, would sing their heart out. My eldest daughter was into David Bowie before she was 3, and things like that. And it was like she had such a variety of music and she loved it all, and she would, but I managed to get everybody in my family into Faith No More. I don't know why, but between Epic and Midlife Crisis, everybody loves Faith No More. And that includes my sisters who hate metal and who hate rock and who hate all... They are proper like pop. You know what I mean? They all like Faith No More. So it's like, Mike Patton, you cross over. You sexy beast. You cross over. But yeah, I'm absolutely exhausted, and yeah, I'm bouncing off the walls. Anybody want to explain what's wrong with me at the moment? But as says, I'm going to push. I'm going to keep pushing. So I thought I'd go live, have a chit chat, as I'm also curious. I've been doing a lot of soul searching recently. I've been working with Coaching for Geeks. Robin from Coaching for Geeks. I will put him in the shout out to him in the chat in a bit. In fact, I'll get Leo to do it when he gets back from dropping Dylan at school. And I've been doing some work with his Turbo. And the idea was to try and get me an income stream. Maybe doing some drop shipping or some stuff like that. Sorry, I'm just watching this big van. He's huge. Big van. There he is. Loading up. Yeah, the idea was to get me an income stream. Something to, you know, keep me going in life. Because I don't need lots. I don't need like masses of money. I just need a small income stream, so that I'm not so reliant on my husband for income. Um, and I can have a little bit of something for myself. Um, so anyway, that going into that, I started doing their webinars that they have on the Coaching for Geeks Turbo site, and I did Robin's How to Find Your Purpose, and it opened up so much can of worms. It really did. It opened up that I have an issue with authority. Not I have the authority issue of I hate authority or anything like that, but I have an issue with authority in that I will pass my authority to other people rather than try and do something for myself. The only thing I do for myself is streaming like this occasionally. But most of the time I will pass the buck and just go, I don't want to be responsible. I don't want to be in charge. I don't want to, you know, have any kind of control over anything. I figured out this because I have a massive fear issue. Massive fear issue. I know where it came from and I know what it's about. I'm not going to go into too much detail because, you know, I don't want to upset people who might watch this later and go, how dare you? But, yeah, I have a massive authority issue and I pass the buck and I won't take responsibility and claim my own responsibility and claim my own authority and claim my own power, if you get what I mean. So after talking about drop shipping and all this crap, I'm now on what do I love and what do I, you know what I mean? I'm trying to figure those things out. And I love music and I love singing, but I can't play music. I can't play it at all. But I can sing reasonably. It's not like, oh, I'm a professional singer, but I can sing reasonably. I'm a good karaoke singer, if that's you know what I mean, that level. But I think with a bit of work, I could be better than a good karaoke singer. But I'm a good karaoke singer. I can take on most things and be okay. And I was like, how can I work with that? How can I do anything with that? How can I move forward with that? And you know, people have suggested a few things to me, so I'm taking on board people's suggestions and things. But one of the stupid ideas I had, and I want opinions on this because it might be completely crazy, was to sing on Twitch, was to sing on stream. But because of Twitch's weird things about music and backing music in particular, unless I play my own backing tracks or I have somebody record backing tracks for me, I can't use backing tracks and things like that. They're really funny. They're really, really funny. It's classified as a cover and a homage if you sing over a backing track that you've done yourself. But if you use proper backing tracks and things like that, oh my god, they yeah, chaos erupts and Twitch will literally ban me all over the place and turn off all my volume and nobody will be able to hear anything. And I was like, so what if I did silent karaoke? And by that, I mean, I sit here like I am now, but in the big computer in there. I have these buggers on with some music blasting my ears and I sing along to it. And people can critique and we can have a bit of fun with it and we can have a play with it and you know what I mean? I don't know if it's something that'll work. But I thought about it and I thought, well, that could be a way of getting out this kind of need to want to sing constantly. But I don't know if it's going to drive people mad. Because I says I'm not a professional singer by any standards. I'm like a good karaoke singer. I still don't know if it's allowed on Twitch's terms. So I'm kind of, you know, just looking into that. But the other thing is, I love tarot. Tarot is a part of my life. Tarot is a part of my husband's life. He's a Discordian. I'm Discordian Wiccan. I kind of between the two, if you know what I mean. I have an array of beliefs that come into one's big spiritual bubble. And I would say I'm more Wiccanish. He's more Discordian Buddhist. I'm more Wiccanish. Speak of the devil, he's coming back. Here he comes. Bang, 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 bang. Hello, I'm streaming.
You're streaming.
I'm having a chit chat about no sleep till bedtime because I've had no sleep and I've been singing and dancing to Faith No More with my son. Anyway, Devil has arrived. So yeah, I don't kind of sit on the full Wiccan end, but I kind of sit between Wiccan and that kind of weird belief structure within kind of a little bit of Buddhist, a little bit of voodoo, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And it makes for a more Discordian, and Leo is very Discordian. If you ever watch his streams, and he streams Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, British summertime. So, Greenwich time. We're on London time. British summertime. We're on British summertime at the moment, but yeah, we're on London time.
You can tell it's British summertime because it's pissing now.
Yeah, you can tell it's British summertime. It's absolutely shit weather. I planned a picnic for my son for his birthday in a few weeks because we can't have friends in yet. We can have 6 people, and he's got like millions of friends. So I thought what I'll do is I'll arrange with people from the school and all the mothers that we'll have a picnic in the park because they're allowed to meet up outside and they can all run around, and I'll provide some food and give them all cake. If the weather's like this, we fucking can't. But anyway, back to the tarot. So the other option I have is to do tarot on stream, and is to talk about my spiritual beliefs and talk about tarot and talk about crystals and talk about the things that I'm into, and talk about gong baths and all the things I love and that I'm interested in, and to offer tarot as a service to people. I was talking about this in my last video, my last stream, and I'm considering it more and more. Leo might do a tarot stream this Friday, depends, but he's, as says, much more chaotic energy, so I'm much more direct as a reader. Because to me, it's almost like a part of my hand. It's like the back of my hand. I just look at it and go, yeah, it's that. Get over it. And it's because I'm so used to it, and it becomes quite blunt. So I have to be careful about boundaries with people, but I also have to be careful about being too blunt, because I will just go, yeah, it says this, get over it. Whereas Leo's a bit more, he's better at wording things. He's much more wordy than I am, whereas I'm much more blah. Just who I am. So yeah, I'm definitely looking at the idea now of, as an income stream, possibly doing readings for people. So I might start setting up a situation where I start vlogging about tarot and start showing my cards and showing what I'm into and explain things to people. Maybe do some teaching of tarot, because I did do a podcast about tarot. It's very old now. Was the podcast Monkey Podcast, wasn't it, or something? I don't know. Monkey Podcast. And Leo knows. I'll get him to put it in the chat for me later again. But we did do this was years and years and years and years and years ago. I taught people how to do tarot, because I'm a great believer I can teach anybody how to do tarot. I really can, because people put too much emphasis on the spiritualness of tarot and forget to use the fact that actually it's more of an intuition and it's more of a lockpick. It's more of a identity lockpick. It's an identifier. So as long as you know those cards, sorry about the noise, it's my husband making coffee. So as long as you know those cards and you know how to read and interpret those cards, you can start learning how to put them together. And I'm a great believer that if you're into tarot and you want to learn tarot, go and buy yourself a deck and just start playing with them. They're great. They're fabulous. So yeah, I'm thinking of doing tarot streaming. I'm thinking of doing music on stream, but I don't know. if that's going to work. And I'm going to have to make sure I set out timetables and I set out my stalls. And to do that, I'm going to have to be able to sleep properly at night, get up in the day, and do my streams. And at the moment, I'm not sleeping at night. I'm sleeping during the day. So it says I've gone all night tonight. I'm going to push through. I'm tired, but I'm going to keep going. So the reason I'm here chatting is because no sleep till bedtime. I am not going to bed. If I have a nap, I'm going to have a nap, not a full sleep. Because if I sleep more than a couple of hours, I will not wake up. So I'm also better down here rather than upstairs in bed or something. If I'm down here, I can watch things, I can listen to music, I can do things to keep myself stimulated. And if I start getting tired, I can nap, but I'm not comfortable enough to sleep, and to go too deep. Plus there'll be noise and distractions going off. Dog but will climb all over me, I have no doubt, because he likes a good cush. Don't you, mate? Gatsby! This is Gatsby. And we should have called him Gutsby, because he's a typical beagle. He's got a gut and a half. And he'll eat anything. Wait, Baba! Gutsby! He's been fed, he's not interested now. Hi, beautiful. You can say hello. Say hello. I'm a Gatsby boy, and I'm gorgeous. I'm a gorgeous boy. Do 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 do. He's too cute for his own good. Don't let him tell you any different. The cat's around somewhere as well. I think the cat's gone out, and it's absolutely pissing it down, and the cat's gone out. I'm like, moron. Leo, could I ask a favour, please? Louie. Louie. He's not listening to me. Leo. He's not listening. You have to shake your head off in this house to get any attention. It's ridiculous. Maybe I should start singing some more Faith No More. But yeah. I was only going to ask him to get me a lemonade or something. I was only going to ask you to get me a drink, please, if you wouldn't mind, while you were getting yourself a drink. Thank you, Sean.
No problem, Shirley.
So we have our own little weird things. See, if he was online right now, he'd say moobs or some form of booms, because it's booms, and it gets swapped around to moobs and smobes and all sorts of stuff, and we do it on each other's streams. Because we have our little ways. You have to ignore us, we're both stupid. It's a sign of love and affection, really. We both adore each other, really. Tomorrow my hair's going pink. Because that was the other thing I figured out with doing Turbo with Robin that I should have mentioned. With the whole control thing, I need to take back my identity properly. And for a long time I was Greb, grunge, metalhead. Made me laugh because I was always dressing in a way that was like that way. And then Nirvana came out. Because I started with bands like Metallica in about 88, 89. Maiden before that, just slightly before that. My dad was into all that kind of stuff. And it was Metallica that did it for me. Metallica absolutely made me go, wow, that's what I like. I do listen to a variety of music, but Metallica was the one that made me go, God, I like metal. And that's my scene, that's my style. I love metalheads. You're all fucking amazing. Really are fucking amazing people. They're some of the best people in the world. I've been to so many concerts with metalheads, and they are always fucking amazing. Shout out to anybody who's ever seen me or my husband at a concert. You're fucking awesome. Because they always are. It's always, I tell you what, Leo used to work for a ticketing agent. We used to get free tickets to go to things, or pay £1 in Rock City in Nottingham to go in. We saw so many bands, and we had more problems with people like C6 Steve, because his fan base weren't used to the idea of being in those kind of venues, and were very bad at making space and things like that. Whereas the fucking metalheads would leave gangways, would fucking be respectful. If somebody fell down, they picked them up. They were fucking awesome. So, do you know what I mean? Every time we saw Disturbed live, and the fucking mosh pit was amazing. I've seen Rammstein, we've seen Tourist Ass, we've seen loads. I saw Wasp live. I've seen, I even saw, when I was younger, Ozzy live, and like I've got fucking, thank you, thank you, Sean. So
No problem,
because
Shirley.
of him, I have seen so many of those bands live. But yeah. Anyway, part of that finding my identity and finding my purpose with doing the Coaching for Geeks thing that I've been doing, I figured out that I stepped away from my style a little bit. I stepped away from who I was, and who I was is definitely more on the gothy, boho, Stevie Nicks kind of end of things. And I started dressing like a mum, and I'm slowly going back. I mean, I have tattoos and things, but so on Friday my hair is going pink. To try and reclaim some of my identity. I've been ordering clothes all over the place. As I spent all night singing Faith No More rather than going to bed. So I'm slowly remembering who I am, and it's really, really weird. But I have to stay awake today. We have to stay awake. That's the only plan for today now, is stay awake. See you later. He's going upstairs. Aha. Love this dog up. Catch up on the sofa and stay awake. It says no sleep till bedtime. Because I can't do the things I want to do if what's been happening has been happening, which is where I've been sleeping all the time. Now, where I've got this situation where I can be awake during the day, I can push through. But yeah, my Twitch streams are going to have to change, and to do that, or even my vlogging, if I put things on YouTube, is going to have to change. And to do that, of course, there's people pulling up outside my house. It's really weird. And anyway, to do that, I'm going to have to take control. And to take control, I can't sleep until bedtime. No sleep till bedtime. But yeah, my identity's changing and who I am is changing. And some of it is because of the work I'm doing with Coaching for Geeks. But I says one of the things I've had to find is what are my loves? What are the things I love in life? I love music. I love singing. I love singing. Absolutely adore it. And I love tarot. So I'm watching this person try to get out of their car right now and thinking, you're coming to me? You going somewhere else? I don't know where this person's going. I think they're going next door. I don't think they're coming to me. But yeah, so I have to kind of move with where my life is going. And where my life is going is towards being a more authentic, genuine me. And it's not going to be easy, and it's not being easy. And figuring out my loves has been the biggest one. One of the things I had to figure out is what my biggest accomplishment is. What have been my big things I've had to overcome in life, and what are my loves? And the things I've had to overcome in life, dead easy. Lists miles long. And some of them shocking to people that I've managed to survive them. Some of them horrific. Some of them me being horrific. Some of them other people being horrific towards me. My past is bad, and I'm aware of it. And I'm very grateful now that I've been with Leo for so long, that I am in this wonderful safe space now where I can explore the truth of who I am now, because I haven't been able to do that before. And I wrote a Facebook post about when I was younger, I remember going to Sneinton Windmill, Green's Windmill in Sneinton in Nottingham with my dad on one of his Saturday days out because he'd pick me up and my sisters up, and he had us on the weekend because my parents divorced when I was young. Um, and he picked us up and he took us to Windmill and Science Museum, which is in Sneinton in Nottingham. And I remember getting out of the car, and I had like jeans and some grungy top on. I think it was like a Pearl Jam top or a Metallica top or something on. And this woman walked past us, and she was this beautiful, waifish, thin woman with blonde locks and tattoos all over her arm, and lace layered, like a black top with lace layered on top and leather and velvet, and just, she was stunning. She was like Stevie Nicks meets goth queen. And I was like, wow, I was slightly in awe. And my dad looked at me and said, do you really want to end up like that? And in my head, I wish I'd said at the time, but I didn't. I was a coward. And in my head, I went, fuck yeah. God, yeah, I want to be like that. But I didn't. I didn't do it. I retracted a little bit and kind of went, as you do when you're a kid. You're a teenager and you're exploring your identity and things like that. And I had my eldest daughter young. Oh, mobs. Hello, oh, mobs. I had my eldest daughter quite young, and I lost a lot of that identity. I was dressing that way and doing my things. I remember when the grunge scene started, and because I'd been watching Metallica for a long time before that, I was really annoyed because everybody started doing this grungy dress, and I was already doing like combat trousers and things like that because I was listening to bands like Sepultura. So I was like combat trousers, grungy t-shirts, that kind of thing. And all of a sudden, all these like prissy girls were coming up to me wearing combat trousers, going, "I'm like you now," and I'm like, "No, you fucking not. Just because you fucking listened to a Nirvana song, you are not like me. I fucking was full metalhead. You are just following a scene." I really resented. I still kind of do resent Nirvana for that fucking whole grunge thing, because they took a lot of good bands along with them. Do you know what I mean? And I really fucking resent it, because to me, Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains, Stone Temple Pilots, those kind of bands, Soundgarden, fucking amazing. And they got lumbered in with fucking the whole grunge movement, and it was like, they were better than that. Sorry, they were. And they deserved better than that. But anyway, thanks, grunge. Yeah, I remember all these girls coming up to me at school going, "I'm like you now." No, you fucking not. I wear combat trousers now, just like you. I'm listening to Sepultura and Marilyn Manson. What the fuck are you listening to? Do you know what I mean? All Saints. Well, fuck off. Do you know what I mean? You're just following a trend. You're not actually, a part of that scene. I loved that scene. I spent my childhood underage drinking in Rock City. bad. Um, and, I was 16, do you know what I mean? Let's go to Rock City. In fact, I was younger than that. I was like 14, 15. Let's go to Rock City. Because I had my daughter young, so I know. It was like 14. Let's go to Rock City. Go and get pissed. There used to be a little bar on the corner as well that was like served pitchers of beer, and they'd always serve me. It didn't fucking matter. They'd always serve me. So everybody used to come in with me and make me go and get the pitchers of beer. Anyway, underage drinking in Rock City in the rig. Saw Love Honey in the rig, I think, when I was about 14. So yeah, that's also I was bad. I was a bad girl. But then I had my child, and I remember my gran saying to me, "Oh, you can't keep dressing like that. You can't keep doing that, because it's not right as a mother and as a parent to dress that way and behave that way." And I was like, but I really want to. But I did slowly turn into mum and wear boring clothes and, been like that pretty much ever since. Occasionally I sort of slightly veer into the rock, but it's very occasionally. I wouldn't say I look like what I used to look like, which was greb or gothy greb, I loved when people used to insult me with that. You're a greb. Yeah, if that's what you think I am. Yeah, whatever. Um, that kind of witchcore goth kind of mentalness. I loved it, and I loved everything about it. I used to be actually quite good at doing eyeliner and things like that, and I don't think I've worn eyeliner now for nearly 20 years. I feel like I've just lost that. I've lost who I am. So all this working on myself has made me go, I need to reclaim that. I need to figure that out. So my hair's going pink tomorrow and into a pixie with a black fringe. When the tattoo artist's open, I'm going to finish my bloody tattoo on my arm and then start saving up for the next lot. I bought some new clothes, but I haven't bought much because I want to try and work with what I've got a little bit and just adapt things and dye things and change a few things. And I still want to wear colour. I love colour, so I still kind of want to wear colour. So, that's something. I don't want to be completely black goth, but, what can you do? You have to just go with what you got. So, I might have an experiment today with some makeup and see how I feel about my old makeup routines and things like that. I don't know. I don't know what to do with myself. I'm kind of stuck now because I'm trying to figure out my loves and the things that I'm enthusiastic for to figure out where I'm supposed to go. And they're weird. They're not normal things that people would go, oh, this is something I'm good at, or this is something I can do. I thought, oh, I'll do some drop shipping or something. I thought I'll do something simple, but actually, I can't even get my head around things like that. I need to do things that are much more in line with who I am, but I'm still figuring that out. And it's a fucking mess. It's an absolute mess. I've been doing an Udemy hypnotherapy course. I've got like 2 parts into it. And I'm struggling with that one really badly. But I looked at some of their singing courses the other day and thought, should I? Should I just pay 14 quid and do one of their singing courses? I don't know. I says, should I do silent karaoke on? I says, put these on, me sing, have some fun. What's the worst that can happen? Should I do tarot? I don't know, and it's a freaking mess. Oh, the dog's just burped. It's a freaking mess to try and figure out in my 40s things that I should have been figuring out in my teens. I've got too many health conditions. I've got all sorts of weird, horrible things going off in my life that just mean, I'm scared I'm going to drop dead in the next few months. Do you know what I mean? It's like I need to sort my health out and I need to sort things out. And I'm like, I've quit Slimming World. And I quit Slimming World because I realised that actually it was making me have really bad, unhealthy things to do with food. I already have an unhealthy attitude when it comes to food. I didn't need somebody else's issues on top of that. I'm going to see a nutritionalist when we're finally allowed. But I'm starting Pilates on Sunday. And the woman who does it is a personal trainer who's trained to level 3 in personal training, which means she's also done some nutrition. And she actually offers that as part of her thing. And it's for disabled people. So I'm going to a Pilates class that's for people with disabilities. Because she was like, "Are you going to be too active for this class?" And I was like, no. No. I am severely overweight and I have EDS and fibromyalgia and a thyroid condition and autism and, you know what I mean? I've got a list this long of things that are wrong with me and anxieties and all sorts of things. But the main issues for doing exercise are EDS and fibro because, you know, I can fall over and break my ankle walking the dog. So, and I have done. Um, walking boot while on holiday. um, so yeah, it's a bit of a one. What do you do with yourself when you're in your 40s? You're sad. And I am sad. I have a sad life. You're not healthy. You have no sense of identity. You have no purpose. You're too ill and disabled to go and get a proper job. But you need an income stream. You can't get your shit together and organised for toffee. So you think, oh, I'm going to do this turbo thing. That'll get me organised and sorted out and maybe get me doing something. And then it opens up a big can of worms about who I am and my identity and what I should be doing. And, you know, it's like, it's frustrating. How does anybody do this? Again, anybody got any ideas? Let me know. Message me. I'm always there. I'm open for messages. Give me a shout. You know, there's people are kind of saying to me on Facebook now about the singing, you know, go and find choirs and things. And I'm like, yeah, maybe. Maybe that'll get rid of it. Maybe that'll scratch the itch. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. I Music is massively important to me. That I do know. It's massively important to me. More so than I think anybody realizes. But I am not a music producer. I am not a musician. I'm a singer who's a reasonable singer who's has a massive love and can hear things that other people maybe can't within music. Yeah, that's who I am. I'm an overly enthusiastic, good karaoke singer. And I want to be more than that. I have no idea where to begin. I look at people like Lady Cleo Cabaret, who's, you know, on here, or Beat Cleaver, or Jaden Fox, or any of those who just go out there and completely create these amazing things. And I'm just like, wow. Wow. I'm in awe, you know? I don't have those skills. I don't have those drive for those skills either. That's the problem. I don't actually have the drive for those skills. I'm like, but to sing, I have a massive drive for. I have an absolute need to listen to music and sing, and it drives me mad. It's like rediscovering myself when I listen to music, and this is Faith No More to last night. All night last night was Faith No More. Over and over again was Faith No More, because I was like, Jesus Christ. It's part of my life. It's who I am. where has this been, you know? And it's like, I've forgotten about my life. I'd forgotten about those things that I love. I'm really upset that my son hates music as much as he does. Um, I says even though he jammed to Faith No More this morning. I'm really quite upset that he doesn't like music that much, because I'm like, well, dude, I need it. I need it in my life. I need my life filled with music. I need to have it blasting constantly. I need to be singing constantly. And he's like, I hate it, turn it off. Which makes me laugh because he puts these fucking cartoons on mega loud. And if I have to, I swear this morning I was fucking competing with Ryan on YouTube. I swear that kid. Oh, oh. I've got nothing against the child, but his fucking parents need smacking. Seriously. That poor kid. Sweary rant incoming. I'm not gonna. I haven't got my buttons to do that today. But yeah, he just hates music. Absolutely hates it, and I need it. It's like my soul. So that's a big conflict. And I says I also need to have crystals and tarot and those kind of things going off in my life. You know, they're a massive part of who I am as well, and they're not there. And I'm like, I need to figure this out. So suggestions on a postcard, please. Um, but I'm happy to do tarot readings on stream, but it has to be in a position where I can actually do something with it. I can't just keep giving free readings to people because they're there. I'm happy to do that for a bit and get people in and go, here you go, this is my tarot and this is what I do. But I can't waste time. I haven't got enough of it left. Do you know what I mean? Some people on here are young and streaming stuff and have a clue what they're doing, and I don't. You know what I mean? And I'm old, and it's like I need to get on with something before it's too late, if you get what I mean. So I actually feel like I'm running out of time. I actually feel like what's been placed on me now is massive. And it's exciting, but it's scary as well because it's massive. It's a massive amount of things I am not used to in any way, shape, or form. And it's like, shit, I've got to figure all this stuff out and I don't know where to begin and I don't know how to do it. I can highly recommend Coaching for Geeks webinars and things if you want to do the turbo, because seriously, it'll get in your head and you'll know what you do. It'll motivate you and it'll get you moving forward, but it might not be in the way you thought. Well, it wasn't for me. It's been great, but it's not been how I thought it was going to be. You know what I mean? Or where I thought I was going to go with it. So that's just opened up this big can of worms, and I'm trying to move forward for it. Yeah. How do you do it? How do you do it? How do you take all of that and go, this is where I need to be? I just don't know. Because I'm not good at this crap. About the best I can do is dye my hair and change my clothes a little bit. But is that like me being an imposter as well? Do you know what I mean? I don't think it is. I think because I love having pink hair. And I love my tattoos. And I love having piercings. And I love, you know what I mean? That whole witchcore, Maury, or Maori, or whatever you call it. You know, gothy, boho, hippie, mental, alternative. That's the word. That's the word I'm looking for. Alternative styling. The problem is, again, when I was younger, I was doing it while I was young and fit and healthy. So yeah, it's like also trying to figure out how to make it work for me. But I think my streams are definitely going to have to change into something. And whether that be music or whether that be tarot, I think is going to have to be audience driven. And it's going to have some feedback. So I says, again, let me know. Message me if you want to. Whisper to me. Do what you're doing. If people are interested in tarot readings, if people are interested in, music, if people are anything like that, I'm happy to go down. I says I'm happy to vlog as well, and I'm happy to just chat, and I'm happy to find out how people are, and go bingly bing, and just talk to people. But at the same time, it's like, you know, what do people want? What content would make you happy? Should I just be playing The Sims constantly? I mean, I can do that, but I don't feel that'll get me. Again, I just don't feel like that will get me any further in life. I don't think that'll be an achievement unlocked. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Oh, apparently Nerdy Singer Katie's on. She's amazing. Go on if you like singers. I shouldn't be sending other people that way. I shouldn't be going. She's on. Go on, go watch her. Bad Sue. Bad Zan. I don't know. I should play Hearthstone. That would be hilarious. The problem I have with Hearthstone is the last time I had an account was so long ago, and they won't let you start again. So I have to start with an account I've already got in leagues I have no fucking clue what I'm doing, which is a piss take. Otherwise I would, because as I did try once to go back, because as you know, I like a filthy priest. I like being a filthy priest. Do battlegrounds. I don't know how to. This is what I'm saying. I wouldn't even know where to go back in to start. So I need somebody to show me, because I'm in that situation with Hearthstone where it says it's been so long now. Every time I try and go back into it, they're putting me in stuff I don't understand. All you need is BG perks and no further purchases needed. Yeah, well, it says I can sit here playing Hearthstone if people want me to. I'm not very good at it, but I like a filthy priest. Um, I am a priest woman. But it says I made a brilliant priest deck up that I was slaughtering people with it. And then they changed things. And I'm like, and they've changed it so much since then. Also, there's a billion solo adventures now. Awesome. I might have another look at Hearthstone, but it's been so long. It says they won't let me start afresh so that I can learn again. So I just have to kind of remember, and I don't remember. And they just shove you into, oh, and now there's a standard. You're not listening to me. You're not getting it. They shove you so I can reactivate Filthy Priest. But the problem is I reactivate Filthy Priest and he's getting slaughtered because... You're not listening. He's getting slaughtered because he's too old, if you get what I mean. He's like, everybody else has moved on and got new stuff that I know nothing about. And it's a bit... I don't understand how to do it anymore. It's like a completely... You're not listening. I give up. Not talking about Hearthstone with you. Classic is a researched. The problem is, Leo, I go into my account and they go, oh, you have an account with us. And I'm like, right. So then I have to remember passwords and stuff. And then I get into the account eventually. And then it's got everything there that I had before. And it won't teach me what's new. And it just throws me in the deep end. And I can't remember what I'm doing. And I just get fed up because I'm being slaughtered constantly. That's not fun. So I need to figure this whole thing out again. And I can't do that because they won't let me start from scratch. I can show you. Well, I'd have to remember my password and stuff as well, which I'm not very good at the best of times, but we'll figure it out, I'm sure. Okay, you'll have to show me over the weekend or something. Don't need to start from scratch. I want to start from scratch so that I can learn again, because I don't remember what I'm doing. So there's no point bloody going in there with no clue what I'm doing or what any of the cards do. That's what I'm saying. It's bad. I'll show you. We'll talk about it later. So yeah, maybe I could play some Hearthstone on the bloody stream, but I want a thing. One thing. And I want to rock out, and I want to maybe play The Sims. Maybe do some tarot thing while I'm playing. Have the headphones on, singing away. Yeah, because I says I can do silent karaoke. No music allowed, but I can sing. Yeah. But it's Robin's fault. He's opened up this Coaching for Geek. Coaching for Geeks is amazing. He's amazing. And check him out on Facebook. Check him out on here. Check him out. He's amazing. Put a link in, please, Leo, for me. A shout out. He's amazing. But he's also a pain in the ass because he's opened up this big can of worms now. Where I thought I was going to be like, Robin, help me with a drop shipping business. And now I'm like, I want to go and join a band and sing. And I want to be a rock star. I want to have pink hair and have tattoos and dress younger than my age and have my makeup back and sing. Sing. And I want to listen to music on full blast all day. And I want to... Problem is, I agree with you, but I'm so confused right now. The last thing I want is to keep putting more ideas into my head because I'm failing at everything because there's too many ideas and I don't know what I'm doing with anything. I'm good at this. I'm quite good at this. Nobody turns up because nobody wants to chat to me, but I'm good at doing this, and maybe I should be vlogging. I don't know. Maybe I should be playing something like Hearthstone and singing while I'm playing Hearthstone. Maybe I should be, playing The Sims and singing while I'm playing The Sims. But if I play Sims, I get too into it to sing. If you know what I mean, it's a strange one. Maybe I should be doing tarot. Maybe I should be, I don't know, swinging from the bloody rafters. To put it in seer terms, I'm gonna sling from the fucking chandelier. No. You could be left field and play Gwent. I don't even know what Gwent is. I don't even know what that is. But anyway. It's the Witcher card game. Well, we'll see. We'll have a discussion about this later because I think this is I'm quite tired right now and I'm trying to push through my tiredness. And B, it says no sleep till bedtime. It's my stream rant today. No sleep till bedtime. So this is me trying to push through my tiredness. I've been going nearly an hour now, just going, I'm not going to sleep. No sleep, Sue. But yeah, I've got to figure out something to do for myself that could earn me a little bit of money. Doesn't have to earn me a lot. Yeah, I like playing gin. I can play gin for hours. But can you stream playing gin and sing while I'm playing gin? I love playing gin. I play gin for hours. Poker as well. You know I'm good at poker. Omaha. I mean, gin is a form of poker. Gin, rummy, gin. Gin. I'm saying Gin, not Jim. I'm not going for push-ups on a pull-up bar. Gin and gin rummy and Omaha and all of those are forms of poker anyway. As it's all about making hands. The dog's wandering off. So yeah, I can play gin all day. I could sit on my phone all day and play gin, but I have to figure out how to stream it, without causing problems. Yeah, so there's things I could do. It says there's things. They're a thing. Awesome. Well, maybe that's something I can do because I love playing gin. I really do. It says it's a form of poker anyway, and I'm good at things like poker. I don't know why I'm good at those things because I'm not very mathematical, but I like patterns. I guess I think that's that. I think this is autism brain. I think I just see patterns easier than most people. So I find it easier just to go, you know what I mean? Oh, put that there, put that there, put that there, gin. You know what I mean? I don't know. But yeah, I'm happy to play gin. I'm happy to try Hearthstone again. I'm happy to do any of those things. But it says I don't want to put too many ideas in my head and then panic and get it wrong. And see, I have so much fear, and this is what Robin and I are trying to work through. I have so much fear at the moment that I don't want to put too much in my head in case I fail. Not because I fear the failure, but because I fear getting even started. If that makes sense, I feel like getting a grasp on things in the first place. So yeah, I'm gonna have to slow down, maybe not try too many things, maybe scrap off the drop shipping thing for a bit, because I need an income to use the income for the drop shipping. $11.99 on stream. Stop, Leo. Stop. He won't listen to me. Husbands, who'd have them? Yeah. See, lost my train of thought. Yeah. Because like, if I could get the drop shipping done as well, but I need an income to get the drop shipping done. I know you're just saying the possibilities there. The problem is what you do is you try and help, and I love you for it. You try and help by, in a world of pure imagination, living there, you'll be free if you truly wish to be. If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. Anyway, that's enough of that. Yeah, my problem is I don't want to put too much in there when I'm still trying to figure out my loves in the first place. Because what I've got to figure out is what I love, what makes me happy. Gin is one of those things I like, and I'm happy. Quite happily play it. I'm quite happy to play Hearthstone if I can figure out where the bloody hell what the hell's going off anymore. I used to have a grasp on it, and now I don't. And that's the thing. I don't like not having that control, and I feel like they just went poof, and everything changed, and I'm like, ugh, you know what I mean? So yeah, there's lots of possibilities, and there's lots of things I like. But is it love? Is it going to sustain? Is it going to... Classic mode was made for people just like me. Probably. We'll find out. We'll find out. We can have a look. There's nothing wrong with having a look. The problem we've also got is we have no time together. That's the thing. My life at the moment is very much based around keeping my health together and Dylan and the dog and the cats and you and this and that person and the house um and the person I can communicate with, who's in the chat, bless his soul, and trying to help me, is the only person I have to communicate these things with. And because he's the only person I have to communicate these things with, and he's working all the time, we never get to discuss anything. So this is actually us having the best discussion we've had in like weeks. We haven't spoken properly in weeks because everything we talk about is to do with Dylan, to do with, day-to-day things. So it's interesting. I have to come on Twitch stream to get a conversation at my husband. But then what he does is he offers all this advice and why don't you try this? Why don't you try that? And I love his enthusiasm and he's trying to get me enthusiastic about something. But actually all it does is confuse my brain. And I have to focus. I have to figure this out. It says it's been a week of revelations for me and like, oh crap, I need to take control of my life. And now I'm going, so how do I begin? How do I start? And it's like, okay, so I'm slowly working through things and figuring shit out. But it's like, it's not easy. And the more people say, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? Why don't you try this? Why don't you try that? Why don't you do this? It actually just confuses my brain even more because I'm like, maybe I should do this. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should do the other. And I'm not actually focusing on one thing and following through with it. I'm currently trying to work out why a software certificate will not sign an install shield. It's riveting. Narrator. It's not very riveting. Bless you. I'm trying to push through the fact that I'm tired. Because I don't want to sleep too much today. If I do fall asleep, I want to be like a couple of hours at the most. I don't want to sleep. No sleep till bedtime. Because I need to sleep tonight. Because tomorrow I'm having my hair done and I've got things to do. I want to go into town tomorrow before I go and get my hair done. Because I need to sort out a card for my dad and post that off because it's my dad's birthday. I need to nip to the library because I've been downloading library books to listen to. But I've got a couple of books that if I take ID in with me that's got my address on it, I can actually take out the library. I can actually have a proper library card and take it out. So I'm going to take like a bill or something with me and, you know what I mean, go and get my proper library card and take 2 books that I've got on hold out of the library. And now I know I can renew them online and stuff, so I'm not panicking about that. So I'm going to go get some library books. I want to nip to B&M because we're running out of Fabulosa. Got no Fabulosa left. I've got like a little tiddly bit because my son sprayed the house. Don't ever give your child the spray bottle of Fabulosa to go around just, yeah, you go and spray a few things. The whole house reeked of Fabulosa. But it means we haven't got much left, so I need to go get some Fabulosa. And then I'm getting my hair done. And I figured, okay, I'm getting my hair done. I may as well nip and do a few things while I'm there. So yeah. So yeah, I need to sleep tonight. So because I need to sleep tonight, I am trying my best to stay awake. I'm only joking. No, seriously, I am pushing through it. And I'm pushing through behavior barriers. I'm gonna have to maybe have caffeine. I fucking hate having caffeine. But it might have to happen. But I figure if I stream, if I talk to people here at least, even if it's just my husband, at least it keeps me awake and it keeps my brain going. So I might blast some music. Green tea, I might have some green tea. That's what I'm saying. I might have some caffeine. I've got a green tea with peppermint, and that's That's the only caffeine I've got that I can take in at the moment. I have nothing else because you have coffee and things, but I can't drink coffee. And I can't drink normal tea. So, but they're both in the house, but I can't drink either. Coffee tastes like poison. Every time he does a cup of coffee, I'm like, what the fuck is that smell? And he's got one of those proper machines, and he's like, in a way. I'm like, what the fuck is that smell? Every time. And every time I'm like, oh God, it's coffee. And it's, to me, right, it smells. It's the smell of heaven. For you, yeah. For me, it smells worse than the dog shit. I've picked dog poops up that smell better than that coffee. When it wafts through the house and it smells like a mixture of dirt and shit. And that's the only way I can describe it. And I'm like, it's all of your imagination. You love coffee, so to you it smells like divine. And to you it tastes divine, but to me it tastes like bitter. It's just like the most bitter thing in the world to me. You know, I may as well go and lick a tree. It's like so bitter. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah. It's strange sensation for me is coffee. Um, I've and people have tried. I remember you once coming back. Incoming morning meeting advisory BT dubs. Good luck. I remember you once coming back from, I think it was a Starbucks or something, with what you thought was a frap. And I said to you, it's not a frap, it's got mocha, it's a mocha, it's got, because it was like a chocolate milkshake thing, and I was like, it's got coffee in it. And you were happening at 10:30, fair enough. Well, I'm not going to stream much longer anyway, because there's only you around. But I remember you coming back with like this drink going, it's a milkshake, and me going, it's fucking not, it's got coffee in it. And you go, it's a milkshake, and it's got coffee in it. And you took a sip of it, and you were like, it's like really, really sweet. It's just like a chocolate milkshake. And I was like, it's got coffee in it. And we had to check on the website. We were like, it's not. It has got coffee in it. It's not got coffee in it. It fucking had coffee in it. I'm in your head now. Sorry. Don't mean to be in your head. In your head. Sorry about the bingly bongly. I don't know how to turn that off. I am Richard's Live. If anybody wants some good music, I am Richard's Live. So 2 musicians on at the moment. In your head. I am, I've got to say this, in love with the Bad Wolf version of Zombie. I like the Cranberries version of Zombie. It's the original. It's you know, heartfelt. Dolores is a fucking amazing singer. Absolutely brilliant. You know what I mean? I love the proper mournful, because she does the Irish morning cry, with the hey hey thing. I can't do it, but it's all, that's how Irish people, when they bury somebody, they do a cry that's a mourn. You know what I mean? And that's how they do it, with that kind of vocal. And I wish I could do it, but she's fucking brilliant at it. And her, well, you know, bless her soul, but she was fucking brilliant at it. But I like the Bad Wolf version. I'm like, I really like the metal version. I probably shouldn't, but I do. You know, because I probably should be like, oh, the original's the best ever. And it is. It's a really good song. It's a brilliant video. It's really, really touching. It's scarily poignant. You know what I mean? It's an amazing song and an amazing video, and the Cranberries are fucking awesome. But I like the Bad Wolf version. I'm like, is that bro? Still waiting on a death metal cover of Land of Make Believe. What I want is a punk version, because there's a guitar bit in it that's like bang 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 bang, bang, and they could proper rock that up and with it and like fucking smash that. But I need a punk band or a, not death metal, punk. I need a proper, I need Sid Vicious. That's all I need on that one. So yeah, anybody know a really good punk band who are like, go and ask him to do a version of Bucks Fizz. Punk does Eurovision. Yeah, exactly. Ask anybody who knows a punk band, go and tell them to have a go at doing Land of Make Believe, Bucks Fizz, in a punk style. Because I reckon it'll work fucking awesomely. I reckon they could fucking smash up the guitar a bit there. I reckon the riffs they could come with. I'm just saying, there's the potential there for that to go really, really rock. If somebody really knew what they were doing with it. Yeah, even the lyrics, because it's like got some quite odd lyrics, you could punk them up really, really well. So yeah, anyway, somebody do a metal or punk version of Land of Make Believe by Bucks Fizz. Please. Anybody. I wish I could do it. I really do. I wish I could sing like that kind of way, because then I could like just go, right, I'm going to do a punk version of it. But, you could do a Lordy version of it, and she says punk does Eurovision. It'd be awesome. I reckon you could probably do like a proper auto-tune Jesus thing on it as well. Save me, auto-tune Jesus. Oh, if you wanted to. But I reckon you could punk that up. Dubstep it. Yeah, dubstep it up. That's the word I was looking for. You could. I think you could dubstep it up, but I think punk would be better. I think punk. Because if you listen to the lyrics of that song, and then listen to the way it's sung, and the key it's sung in, and you know what I mean? The little ding dong 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 dong. You could guitar that. You could really guitar that. Dubstep for Enya's Orinoco Flow. I kind of like Orinoco Flow as it is. That's the thing about Orinoco Flow. I kind of like it as it is. Enya's one of those buggers who gets into your head. I don't know why. Enya is one of those singers who you think, oh, it's Enya, it's so boring. And then you put it on and you're like, I love Enya. And it's like, you can't help but kind of be drifted along with her. She's so good. But yeah, maybe ask Enya to do a dubstep version. I'm pretty sure she'd be up for it because she's quite happy to do all sorts of wonderful things. You know, but she's an amazing singer as well, bless her. Let me sail on the Orinoco flow. Let me beach by the shores of Trishayo. Anyway, sail away, sail away, sail away. Can't do any. She's too fucking. She's too operatic. She's got an amazing voice. Yeah, dubstep Enya. But no, I definitely think Land of Make Believe needs somebody to take that song and fucking rock it, smash it up and rock it up. Because if you think about the guitars you could put in that place, you're off to your meeting. Oi, have fun in your meeting. But yeah, somebody please, if you know any rock bands or any rock musicians, if anybody knows Disturbed, they like doing fucking rock covers of things. They did a great fucking version of, you know what I mean? Land of Confusion. So do the Land of Make Believe, Disturbed. Off you go. He's an amazing singer. There's Sound of Silence. Oh my god. If you ever want proof that he can seriously sing, just go and listen to Sound of Silence. OMG. The control and the reverb in his vocal and the grit. You know what I mean? To have that control. That's somebody who's practiced singing a lot and actually knows his vocal, actually knows his voice so well that he's like got that control. It actually gives me chills. But it's like there's certain songs that always give you chills, if you know what I mean. And the disturbed version of Sound of Silence is one of them. Sound of Silence anyway was always one of those songs that makes you go "Ooh," a little bit. But yeah, the disturbed version just literally sends tingles up your back of your spine, and it's like, wow. But yeah, there's a few songs that do that to me. Innuendo, Queen does that to me as well. But Freddie's a god. Never take on Freddie, but I had this conversation with people. I often do Queen songs at karaoke, and do them pretty reasonably well. But it's because I'm so good at hearing what Freddie's doing with his vocals that I can flip it and do the same sort of things, or compensate for the fact that there's certain things I can't do. And I have watched numerous people, including my husband and his friend Justin, who are both Justin's a very good singer actually, struggle the hell out of doing Queen songs. And I've said to them, don't take on Queen songs unless you've listened to them really carefully, because Freddie didn't always sing the way you're expecting it to musically, if that makes sense. Like the music's going one way and Freddie's doing something completely different. And he's slightly off note or slightly below key, or so, he's always doing something like a little twist on a vocal, and he could really punch it and perform the fuck out of it, and it's difficult to copy. It's really, really difficult to copy. You have to listen to it very, very carefully. I'm not saying it can't be done, because I know people who can do it, but I'm just saying if you kind of go into that kind of thing going, I can do a Queen song, I know the lyrics, it's fine, doesn't mean you know how to do it. You have to really listen to how Freddie flips the voice. And a prime example of that is like Innuendo or Bohemian Rhapsody or any of those things where there's so many structured layers that it becomes operatic, and you don't realise it until you try and do it. I'll tell you the one that gave us the biggest fucking joke there was Africa Toto. Nobody could sing that. We can sing pretty much anything you throw on the Sing Stars or any of those things. We were like, yeah, no problem, we'll take it on. And I says, I'll take on anything. I'm like, yeah, I'll take on ABBA, I'll take on Queen, I'll take on... ABBA can be difficult to sing if you don't understand the layering, but Queen's difficult to sing if you don't understand how Freddie flips things. Once you understand the tricks, you're fine. But I'll take on anything once. I'll have a go at anything. Fuck me, Africa Toto. I don't know what it is, but it's a nightmare to sing. It's okay if you're singing along to it, but as soon as you try and do it in karaoke, for some strange reason, your brain just flops and you can't hit the fucking notes. It's weird. It's a weird song and everybody struggles with it. It's a strange, strange song. I don't know if it's the key that's the problem. I don't know. I catch the rays down in Africa. I don't know if it's you know what I mean? I'm trying to figure out what it is, but we couldn't anyway. We just couldn't. I says, I'll take on anything. And I hope that was one that... The other one that's a pain in the ass if you don't control it properly is Chasing Cars. Believe it or not, that song. Because you really want to belt it and you shouldn't. You should actually kind of pull back a little bit. Yeah, there's a few like that. There's a few weird ones like that are karaoke songs that people don't realise. But yeah. But as it says, anybody wants an idea for a frigging rock song and a half, Land of Make Believe Bucks Fizz, take that song, listen to those lyrics, because it's fucking mentally weird. It really is. The lyrics are fucking weird. Go and put some heavy guitars where, you know what I mean? They've got that little do 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 thing going off. It's like I think it's a keyboard guitar. I think it's a keyboard trying to be a guitar because it's not a proper guitar. But you could make that a proper guitar. You could fucking riff the shit out of that. But nobody's ever done it. I don't know if it's because it's such an obscure song, nobody even knows what it is. But yeah, you got to take that 80s fucking Bucks Fizz song and fucking rock it. Anybody want to do that for me? Go ahead and let me know when you've done it, because fuck me. It'd be awesome. I want to join a band just so I can make them do it. Let's go and join a band so I can make them do the Land of Make Believe in metal or punk. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, it's just so. It's just there for the taking. But the other thing I've done with Leo in the past, which most people have no idea of, is mixing things that actually most people are like, oh, I didn't understand that that would go together and that would mix together. We actually did a playlist for our wedding. There was 21 hours of music condensed into 6 or 7 hours, because we had 6 or 7 hours in the bar, and we did mix by through, and we mixed it bits together, and we chopped some out. We played little bits of this and mixed it into that, and played little bits of that, and we had everything from, Madonna, to Drowning Pool. We had a session where we were doing Drowning Pool bodies, and they'd been told downstairs in the main pub that there was a wedding upstairs, so don't go upstairs. Anyway, we were all screaming, let the bodies hit the floor at the top of our voice. My family is sat over the other side looking like... Leo's family are like, okay. But our friends there in the middle of the floor screaming along to Drowning Pool. And these 2 little old men came upstairs, opened the door and went, I thought there was supposed to be a wedding. I fucked up downstairs. I'm like, there is a wedding. We're just not doing it conventionally. We did it very much our own way. We didn't have a proper cake. We had like a square cake with our wedding invite, which was the tarot card 10 of cups with me and Leo that our friend Justin had drawn into a design. Thank you, Justin Wyatt. He's on DeviantArt, Justin Wyatt. Go and have a look. Check out his stuff. He's an amazing artist. Anyway, he did a like 10 of cups tarot card with me and Leo standing there with a cup in our hand of wine in our hand and the 10 of cups going across the top of us, as a caricature. And we put that design on a massive like cake, and the difference was £300 for a 3-tier cake. It'd feed 30 to 40 people, or that cake, which cost us 50 quid. It was a big chocolate fudge cake with that embossed design on the front from our wedding invite. We had a big sign up that said day 1, no divorces yet, and all this kind of stuff. And we just did some weird stuff. But as says, we made 20 hours worth of music, and we asked the pub if we could use their sound system rather than have a DJ or a band. We made 20 hours worth of music, mixed it down into about 6 or 7 hours, and we said to the pub, when you hear Come On Eileen, you can turn your lights back up, and we're playing like songs to get them to leave. We went into like the Phil Collins and things like that, because I love Phil Collins and stuff, but it's not music you can dance around to or sing along to or have a good jig to if you put some of his mild stuff on. So it was like, once you hear Come On Eileen, turn the lights up. That's it. We've timed it to perfection, because we know we'd got the room till like 2 o'clock or something like that, and we timed it to perfection. We start the music at this time. We go through all our speeches. We do all of that. We start the music at this time. And then that's it. We've got the 6-7 hours of music. And when you hear Come On Eileen, the bar's closed and we're all going home. So we did Come On Eileen as the ending song. I was like, yeah, there we go. And so then we went into like mild things like Phil Collins and stuff, just to try and go, right, it's time to pack up and go away. But we mixed so much music together, and people were stood there on the dance floor going, what the fuck's coming next? What the fuck's coming next? And they all had an amazing time. They really did, because they were just bouncing all over the place to... I got goths dancing to Madonna. I got Clive, one of our goth friends, dancing to Madonna. I got Purple Stew, who's another one of our goth friends, stood in the middle of the dance floor going, who's the goth? Who's the goth? Who's the Goth to Temple of Love. Um, you know what I mean? We had we had the time of our life, if you know what I mean. We had so much variety of music and so much weird songs, and we put a few traditional ones in there as well. It says "Come on Eileen" was the end song, so we all stood around and like jigged about "Come on Eileen" at the end in a big circle with our arms around each other, and it was just amazing. It was just a great. There was things I'd change about that wedding if I could. If I could go back in time, I'd change my shoes, because the shoes I actually got and bought ended up being too fucking big, and it was too late to change them. And I couldn't go and get any. I couldn't afford to go and get any more at that time. It was like, well, it's them or nothing. But when I got to the venue, I changed into Crocs because I couldn't care two fucking hoots. I'm not fucking pouncing around in posh shoes anyway. And my dress. I bought a dress off eBay that was a red. I wanted like a more gothic-y dress, and I was going to buy this more gothic-y dress, but unfortunately it would have took too long to get to us from America. It was from America, and it would have took too long to get over. It was like a pagan gothic-y dress, slightly medievally, you know what I mean? But it would have took too long to get to us, and we wouldn't have got time. So we got a cheap dress, 30 quid off eBay. I think the whole wedding cost like 500 quid from start to finish, but we got a cheap dress off eBay. That was 30 quid. That was a red, because I wanted red. I didn't want like traditional white or anything like that. I put my bridesmaid in black. They all fucking loved it. It was like, wear what you want as long as it's black. Don't care as long as it's black. So everybody was in black and silver, and I was in like red and silver. So it was like a burgundy maroon red strapless dress, and it turned up, and it didn't fit, and my friend had to literally take me into the bugger. I was literally sewn and toped into that dress, safety pinned to within an inch of my fucking life into that dress. And I wish now I'd just gone with something a little bit. I wish I'd not bothered and just gone for maybe like I had a red velvet dress that I loved at the time, and I could have just worn that. And I wish I'd just had, because it wasn't. It was just a registry office, but we had a nice little garden that we had photos in at the registry office. And as we had a pub, the barmaid I could have slapped her. Other than that, the pub was fabulous. The food was fine. She just kept fucking off for cigarettes, and we were all stood there. And many a times I had to go downstairs to go and get drinks, and I told them to make sure they'd got certain drinks behind the bar. Make sure they've got plenty of juices, and because we've got diabetics who couldn't drink alcohol and things like that, make sure you've got plenty of like Diet Coke and things like that. They didn't fucking have any. They had to keep going downstairs for it. And she sent me downstairs for till roll. And in the end, somebody had to say to her, "Can you stop sending the bride down to go and fucking get things? She's fucking supposed to be enjoying her wedding day." And my friend Hannah put a few drinks in me, and that was it. It was fine. It was like I ignored her the rest of the evening. But my dad put £1,000 behind the bar, and she took it thinking that it was to pay for the venue, and we'd already paid for it. And that was supposed to be to buy everybody a fucking drink. So God only knows what happened to that. But by that time, I just couldn't care less. My chocolate fountain exploded. That was hilarious. Long story, and I ended up having to clean up chocolate fountain. So there was a few things that were like that went fucking majorly wrong, but the day itself was hilarious, and it was great fun. Leo looked like he was going to vomit when I walked up the aisle. He went fucking green, and I mean green. And he was like, and I was like, oh my god, is he going to be sick? But apparently he was fine, but he just looked green. I remember that so well. I walked up the aisle to "Nothing Else Matters" by Metallica, and he just stood there going, and I thought, he's been drinking all night or something, because, him and Justin had been on the whiskey or something. But actually, they'd been to the venue and set up things at the venue and done all